the Sharing Challenge. It was a bright, happy Sunday morning at St. Mary's Forain Church. 4 best friends, Ivana, Evelyn, Jesley, and Angelina sat in the front row. They were all excited because Miss Celine, their Sunday school teacher, had promised something special today. Miss Celine clapped her hands. "Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to learn something very special and then go on a surprise picnic behind the church." "Yay!" the kids cheered. "I packed chocolate muffins," whispered Ivana to Angelina. "I brought extra juice boxes," said Evelyn, smiling. But Miss Celine raised her eyebrows. There's a little challenge with our picnic today. But first, our Bible lesson." Miss Celine pulled out a picture book and began reading. One day, a huge crowd of over 50 people followed Jesus into the countryside to hear him teach. As the day passed, everyone got hungry, but there was no food except for one small boy's lunch. She held up the illustration of a boy holding 5 loaves and 2 fish. He gave his little lunch to Jesus, who blessed it and multiplied it, and with that small meal, Jesus fed thousands. There were even leftovers. Jesley's eyes widened. "Wait, one kid's lunch fed 50 people?" Ivana said, "That has to be the biggest fish in the world." Miss Celine smiled. It was a miracle, but it started because one child was willing to share. The girls looked at each other, thoughtful. Later that morning, Miss Celine led the children to a soft, grassy field behind the church. There was a big picnic blanket laid out with one single lunchbox placed in the center. Everyone looked confused. "Where are the other lunches?" Evelyn asked. Miss Celine said, "Today, we'll pretend you forgot your lunch. Except for this one." The girls gasped. "That's not fair," said Jesley. "I packed my favorite banana sandwich." "I brought extra snacks to share," said Ivana. Angelina bit her lip and looked at the others. Then, quietly, she opened her backpack and pulled out her lunchbox. "I'll share mine," she said softly. Jesley looked at her, surprised. "Really? But what if there's not enough?" "We can each take a little," said Angelina. "Maybe that's what the boy did in the story." Ivana slowly nodded. "Okay, I'll share my sandwich." "I'll give my juice box," added Evelyn. Jesley smiled and added her packet of cookies. "We'll make it work." With all the lunches combined, the girls made a beautiful little meal. Sandwiches, fruits, cookies, and drinks. They took small portions, shared everything happily, and even had leftovers. Miss Celine watched from a distance, smiling. When she returned to the blanket, she said gently, "You just recreated the miracle." Evelyn looked at her juice box. "I guess sharing really does make more," Angelina giggled. As they packed up, Miss Celine handed each girl a small card that read, "When we share what we have, God can do more than we imagine." The girls walked back to the church, arms linked and hearts full. Please like and subscribe for more such stories.